Hey guys, I am Sky Cheyenne and welcome back again to Rebuild Reality. Now today I was actually going to be addressing one of two requests that I got for different videos, but you know what? The answer is going to be exactly the same for both of them, as it's going to be, really, for absolutely anything. And one of the requests was about how do you manifest multiple desires, and the other one was a request for how do you manifest good grades and also revise previous ones that didn't go so well. Well, it all comes down to who you see yourself as. Some people say who the I am is. Who am I? Who am I? Well, this is where most people get stuck, because they think that, like, oh yes, I am that person that I want to be. When in reality, what they're actually doing is they are still seeing themselves as the same old person who is trying to be someone else, who is hoping to get something else, who is doing, techniques and processes or a million different videos to figure out what's going on and how to do it, as opposed to being the one who is it. And that's a difference. That's a real difference, because you can't be the one who has it and the one who is trying to have it at the same time. It doesn't obviously mix together. So, who are you really? Who do you really see yourself as? Because we are, on the stage of life here, right? This is the movie theater, the illusion, the drama, all of that. What role are you playing? Are you still the same person you've always been, who is now into manifestation, reality creation, all of this stuff, and is trying to do something by saying affirmations or whatever process that a person is using? And not that there's anything wrong with doing those things if they make you feel good, to make you feel good, to give you the experience now of already having those things. And absolutely, I would totally encourage you to do that. But if you think that because you're doing those things, that it's then going to have an effect that will create that reality for you, that's not going to be the same as you actually seeing yourself as that person. So here we are, like I said, on the stage of life. What character are you playing? Because you're in a movie right now. So, are you playing the character you want to be? Do you actually really see yourself as that person? Are you thinking like them? Are you dressing like them? Are you embodying them? Are you walking like them? Are you talking like them? Are you that character or not? No matter what, from now on, that's just a decision. You know what? In this whole play of life, that's who I'm going to be. I'm going to be that version of that person. Now, all versions exist, because in infinity, all versions of you and reality exist. So people, and this is another thing people really get themselves stuck on. They're like, yeah, but it's there. I'm looking at my grades, and they are still the same. They're still not the grades that I wanted. I am looking in my bank account, and the money, I have to admit, it's not there. My SP, there was somebody else. There was somebody else. I can look right there and see that there was somebody else, because your mind is going to start yakety yak, and it's going to start telling you, no, you are not that person. I have proof. You're just fooling yourself. Well, that version can exist. That version does exist, whether you're aware of it or not. All versions of you exist. But the thing is that you get the one that you want, right? Those other people, that if you want to see them as people, and that's not really what's even happening here, but we're not going to go into that in this video, but they have their version. Sure, that version can have that version. That version of that person can have that version of that life. But you get your version, even if it involves that person or that thing or whatever it is. You get your version, because in life you have the right to your version of everything. Not only you, your experience, the things that you want, but this entire world. You have the right to have your version if you are living it. If you already say, well, that's true for me, don't care, whatever else is whatever else, that is mine. Because your version of reality has to respond to you. It has to follow you. That's why we never go, yeah, but look right there, I'm looking at my bank account and it says I have $2 in my account. I'm looking at my, SP's social media, which obviously we don't want to do in the first place, because that just does nothing but upset people and make them just go, oh my God, I was wrong. And they're still with somebody else, or they still haven't messaged me. Well, you can't let that dictate to you. You can't let that say, oh, well, never mind. That's true. That doesn't matter. That's just that version of reality passing by. It's just passing by. Not interested. Doesn't belong to me. Don't care. Don't care. Whatever. That is that version, but I get mine. And so, if you're going to play this role, then play it, It's not about getting there. It's about seeing yourself as already being that person. So you're not trying to create yourself and wait for something to say, oh, you are that person. Wait for your reality to confirm it. No, you come first. You come first. So this can be just as easy as you being like, yeah, that's whatever. I get mine. I get my version, and that's it. Whatever else shows up, whatever, don't care, because that has no say over me and what I say I get to experience. So let it go by. If it's not the version you want, let it go. Let it go by. If those aren't the grades you want and people are freaking out around you, well, whatever. Oh, but it's already happened. Has it? Has it? No, because your version still is upcoming. It's still gonna happen. Even if that's like, oh wow, we were totally wrong. Actually, I gave you somebody else's grades or whatever it was. You totally passed. In fact, you passed with flying colors. Those grades were wrong. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it seems like, yeah, but, they just got married to somebody else. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Because that's that version. That's not your version. Your version is just, it's coming. It's coming. And because you're already playing that character, right? And nobody can take it away from you. So we're not chasing this. We are not chasing this. We're not asking for someone to bring it to us. We're not asking reality to prove it to us, because it has to follow you. Who you say you are. This is the role that I'm playing in this movie of life, in this play on the stage of life. That's the character that I am. I see myself as that person. I'm thinking like them. I'm thinking about those things that they would think about. I'm talking about the things that they talk about. Maybe if it's even just to myself. If I can, I'm going to dress that way. I'm going to walk that way. I'm going to talk certainly to myself that way. So don't see yourself as waiting to be that person, because waiting to be that person, waiting for 3D to confirm to you that you are that person, is not the same as being that person, as you seeing yourself as that person now. And I'm going to tell you like a great example of this. And I may have shared this story, but if I did, it was a long time ago. But when I was 18 years old, I knew this girl who was 13. And I swear to God, she was years beyond me in like life experience and confidence and everything. And we were actually in a play together. And I had the starring role. I was literally the star of the show. And our local newspaper, which tells you that this was a bit ago, decided to do a story on us. So they sent out a reporter, and when they did, she was like, da 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 da. I'm wonderful. I'm fantastic. I'm amazing. And much to my surprise, the reporter wrote down, she's wonderful, she's amazing, and she's fantastic. And I'm like, well, I was just like in shock. I was like, what? She just told you that, and you believed her? Like, what? How does that work? Like, she doesn't have to prove it to you or anything. And that is exactly how this works. Reality responds to who you say you are. No proof needed. No proof needed. No one's gonna come knocking on your door and lift up the lid and be like, you're not that confident person. You're not beautiful. You don't have this or that. If you say you do, if you're playing that role, da 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 da, anyway, nobody can tell you different. And a lot of people have that kind of imposter kind of syndrome, like, people are gonna know. People are gonna know. Reality's gonna know. No. You can play any role you want. And as long as you accept it for yourself, that this is who I am now, from now on, this is who I am. No matter how or when reality responds to that. I'm not going to give it a timeline of, well, it's been 3 days. Someone said 24 hours. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a month. Like, no, that doesn't matter. This is who I am now. No matter what, that's it. This is me. I've decided, I have chosen. And no one can go against you. Reality cannot go against you. It can appear to. Things can come up that are completely the opposite of, well, yeah, your SP just got married to somebody else. You can look in your bank account and, yeah, you have $2. So obviously you are not a millionaire. Duh, what are you, stupid? No, that doesn't matter. If that reality is showing up, that's just the old one fading out. That's just that reality driving by. Not my stop. Not my stop. Not my reality. I'm going to keep going till I get to my reality. But nothing can stop you. And that's what you need to know. That if you continue to see yourself and play that role for yourself, and even give that experience to yourself by in your imagination, yep, it's still there. Yep, I can see it. Still there. Nothing can prevent you from having that. It's just that people waver, right? People waver, and either it just doesn't come up, or they get some movement, and then the real thing never materializes that they really want, because they haven't really decided that's it. That's just who I am. And that version is that version. Whatever. But I get mine. Because you do. Because in all of this, that's why you're here. You have a right to your version of everything. So don't let anything shake that foundation. let all the rest of it go and live your life in some kind of core feeling. That core of you that is like, I'm free. I am free. I am finally freaking free of all that stuff, of all that worry, of all that second guessing, or I am in love. I am in love. And no matter what, my person and I, we are in love, because that version of me exists. And that version of me exists here and now because I am accepting it for myself. That, yeah, that's mine. That's mine. I get what I want. So, as much as possible, once you decide who you are, and usually most of you are already going to know, you already know who you want to be, what it is that you want. Spend the rest of your time in the side of things. Yeah, that's where I live now. That's where you want to live now. Now you're on the side where the door is open, where reality has to follow you. So I hope that kind of clarifies a lot of these things, because that's what we're always looking for, right? You know me, I always want to strip it away, make it as clear as possible. It's not about what's showing up out there. You're not proving it to anybody or anything else. You get your version of anything you want once you move in. Once you start playing that role and you take on those traits for yourself. You don't have to prove it to anybody, just you. Just play it. Just like that friend of mine that said, yeah, I'm amazing, I'm fantastic, I'm wonderful. Reality is going to write that down, and then it's going to print it in the local newspaper, online, wherever, for everyone to see, including you. So, thanks you guys for being here with me once again on Rebuild Reality. Let me know if you have any questions about this, or about anything else that comes up for you, and I'll be happy to answer them in future videos. And yeah, until next time, I look forward to seeing you with me here once again on Rebuild Reality.